Well, hello there, and this is Auntie, and I am here to do my review of Love After Lockup, Season 5, Episode 53, Cruel Intentions. I forgot that I had this background, and I was like, let me put myself in jail so I can have a jail like mentality. Hi, everybody. Happy Sunday. Happy fun day. If this is your first time being here, please like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And to all of my new subscribers, thank you all so much for hitting that subscribe button and joining this family. To all of my nieces, nephews, and my members who have been here with me for the long haul, thank you all so much for your continued support. If I had to rate this episode of Love After Lockup, Season 5, Episode 53, Cruel Intentions, I would rate this episode a 3. Let me know downtown in the comment section what you would rate this episode of Love After Lockup. Okay, so without further ado, let me go head on and get into it as I get into it. I don't have my green screen up, so that's why my arms and all of that kind of stuff is disappearing. But I just remember that I had it and I wanted to put it up, so y'all bear with me, okay? I'm still here. All right. So let me bring these people up so we can go head on and get into it, y'all. It's hard to know who to do first. All right, so the first couple that I want to talk about is Sam, who is 29 years old, and Krystal, who's 29 years old. As we all know, Krystal is in jail and will be there for 14 years for cutting her husband in the forehead. And so, she's been dating Sam. And so we see Sam, child, we see Sam go to his apartment. Sam living up in somebody's garage, child, they convert a garage. He, year after year after year, they bring these people on here who got the fake lives. Their lives are so fake. And it almost reminds me of social media in a way, because you can, if you're lucky, re-event yourself on social media as something that you are not. This guy said that he is, in an EMT and all of that kind of stuff, but he is living beneath really what Krystal is. He said that he had sent all of this money out to her, right? Which I think is a fucking lie, because he doesn't show anywhere on him where he is, got that kind of money. But anyway, I digress. We see him, go to his apartment and he's got groceries and stuff like that. And he has a mini fridge. But still and yet, he's taking stuff over to Grandma Rita's house. But he don't have a pot to piss in or a refrigerator to make ice cubes, bitch. And I'm sitting here in my mind saying, why come out here and perpetrate that fraud? Because eventually we're going to find out about it, right? We're going to find out how you really living. So he's talking to Krystal on the phone, and Krystal is saying, you told me, so that you did that he's supposed to be preparing, right? To have their he's supposed to be preparing for their life. She don't know whether or not she's gonna get out in a year or not, but she done made this month to go and pay rent. And so she says that he told her that he was going to buy a refrigerator, and that the refrigerator was going to be delivered, and yet and still there's no refrigerator being delivered. He said that he changed his mind and said, Until you get home, I'm going to use this little fake refrigerator, this little small one. It's tea moved. Then he buys her all of this food that if she doesn't get out, and even if she gets out in the year, it's going to be expired. If he wants to go head on and just take money and waste money, he can super chat my ass. I take it. I will take it. He can bring his ass over here on Friday night or Sunday night. Make sure he subscribed to the channel, bitch. Soon as I go live, it will come up and he can put it in the damn super chat. But why would you go out and buy groceries for this girl, right? So his friend comes down. I don't know what that was about, but his friend comes down and everything. And, he's saying that, him moving to Texas is a better thing. I think that he originally was, from Seattle, but his friend came down to visit with him and all of that kind of stuff, right? And so, the friend is talking about, the girls and stuff like that. And that gives him an opportunity to kind of tell his story. I guess that's why he probably begged his friend to come down. And so when he's in the car with his friend, he's saying that, he was saying that Krystal had him by the balls, right? Because he's spending this money and all of this kind of stuff. And he's scared as hell of her, right? Because after all, she is the girl who's locked up for cutting her ex-husband or boyfriend or whoever the hell it was. And now he's talking about, how he wants to be intimate with other women. And the guy was like, I hope you ain't saying nothing to Krystal about it. And he's like, no, I only answered those questions that she asked me. So if she come out and fuck you up, don't look at us. Don't say nothing to us about it, okay? Because we ain't got shit to do with it. You lied, you know how the girl is. So anyway, while she's in jail, they interview her. And they're talking to her and they ask her, they talk about, him having needs and all of that kind of stuff, right? And so they asked her about the needs, about him having, wanting to be with her. And she was like, I'm gay for what do they call it? I don't even want to say that because I think that's so disrespectful. But anyway, she's saying that she's not gay or anything like that, right? She wanted to clear it up that she wasn't gay, but that she do be messing around with the girls. So she be getting his while he not getting nothing. Or so he says. Because I'm straight up wondering about the relationship between him and grandma. Yeah, I'm wondering about the relationship between him and grandma. This seems like it's going to be the season of grandmas. So anyway, he talks to her and he tells her that, he has needs. He is hoping that she can go into the bathroom, by herself and, take her little iPad with her and stuff. And she's like, I'm not doing that. But look, if you want to go and get you some, go get you some. And hung up on him. And so he wondered why she hung up. Because first of all, Sam, you having a conversation around your friend. Like, why people do stuff like that? Like, either you're going to talk to me or you're going to talk to them. Anyway, nothing is happening with them. I think that we're going to spend a whole season with their asses in jail and just doing dumb shit, okay? So it is what it is. Child, I just was like, whatever. Who's the next couple that I want to talk about? Let's just go ahead on and get her out the way. Jakeema and Donny. So Jakeema has made a decision that she's going to move down close to the jail. The last conversation she had with Donny told her he was going on lockdown. Right? Y'all remember that? He was going on lockdown. He can't tell her why. She said that he calls her some type of inspector because she always finds out everything. So why the fuck doesn't Jakeema know why he's on lockdown? Or does Jakeema know why he's on lockdown? He's sitting up there telling her he doesn't know why he's on there and all that. And she's like, why you don't know? She goes and meets with Donny's sister. And Donny's sister pities the girl. Straight up pities her. Why? She don't understand, like we don't understand, why she would pick up and move her twins. Okay? She will move them to another state to be with Donny. Somebody that she don't even know if he gonna get out. Okay? She has no idea, y'all, on whether or not he is going to get out. Right now, he's on lockdown. She meets with the sister. The sister don't know what the hell's going on. The sister is more concerned about her moving with the boys. And she don't think nothing of it. She said last week that Jakeema been saying since she been on here that she wanted to protect her kids. And one of the things that me and Tamika talked about the other day when she was on a platform on Friday night when we did our watch party is that you get sick of them bringing these kids in this. This is sickening. Jakeema, what was I calling her? Janika? Bitch, Jakeema. Jakeema is a disappointment, I must say, this season. Or automatically off the brickety break. Because while I understand her and I'm all up in there with her, being a single mom and having to take care of kids, she said that when she had the boys, the father was in jail. Child, you see how hurts and different things like that will always cause your picker to be off, that you will always pick the same kind of guys over and over and over. That's why women and men, you got to do the healing. You got to go through the healing process, because if you don't, you will find yourself being a Jakeema and picking the same kind of guy over and fucking over again. Why in the whole hell would anybody who baby daddy was in prison while you was out there raising those two little cute little boys, right? On your own, why would you even entertain a conversation with him knowing that he's in jail? She said that when she first talked to Donny and he told her he was in jail, she was like, what can you do for me? Well, let me tell you what he has and he can do for Jakeema. He, according to him, he said that he has a a house, and he gets the rent sent to him every month via Cash App. So when she made the move to be with him, she said that he paid $1,800 to move her, and he gave her an additional money for them on the road. And now we see in this episode, she waiting for furniture to be delivered. But bitch, I'm trying to tell you, I thought I saw furniture. So is it me? Why they won't say they in Airbnbs? I have yet to understand that bull. If you in an Airbnb for the show, you in an Airbnb for the show. So she sits there and she's talking to the sister. The sister is like, what the fuck is going on? I'm concerned about the girl because I don't understand why she would do anything like this. The sister, doesn't know what's going on with Donny or why Donny is, getting ready to go down on the crackdown and everything, right? So the next thing she's telling the sister and telling us that she ain't heard from her. Bitch, didn't he say he was going on lockdown? Why the hell would she hear from him while he's on lockdown? But isn't she Inspector Gadget and she know everything? So why the fuck doesn't she know why he's there? Or does she know? Hold on, y'all. Hold on. My apologies. I'm up here talking to y'all, and all I can hear is two big old 45, 55, 55 pound poodles fighting. And I have a huge glass cabinet that all they need to do is bump that one time and they gone. Their body here is gonna be glass shattered up. They need to be in the back. That's why we got a back of the house. Play in the back. Play in the back. Excuse me, y'all. So anyway, as I was saying, she talks to him on the phone. He still don't know why he's on lockdown. She's figuring that there's something else that's going on. And the whole time, he's telling her, I'm probably going to end up moving facilities. He know what he did. Next week it appears that she is going to find out that she's on some documents and maybe being implicated on some of these crimes. So I'm wondering what the fuck is really going on. Where is the money really coming from? Is the money really coming from a cash app? I think that Jakeema knows what exactly what's going on. This is my opinion about it. I think she's playing the game and trying to act like she's innocent. I think it's on her script, okay? Because I've talked to several cast members and they do say that they have allegedly that they do have scripts and suggested things that they're supposed to say. And I think that they suggested to her ass that she don't say anything. So anyway, she's on the phone with him and she's talking to him and everything like that, right? And she tells him that she had told she said that she had told the boys that he was in jail. And so, he was like, oh my God, I didn't want the boys to know I was in jail. And she was like, yeah, I told him. He was like, let me talk to him. So of course, she, has him having a conversation with the boys and, asked the boys how they felt about it. And the boys, we sad and all of that kind of stuff, right? And then the little boy says, Dad, you don't deserve that. How long he been calling him dad? And if she did not want him to be a dad to them like that, and she wanted to protect her kids, she should have corrected that shit right then and there. But if you love it, I like it. These people be doing the most with the least. I have to keep myself together. My nerves be right. The next couple that I want to talk about is Hunter and Karliegh. So of course we all know that Kate plus eight, okay, bitch, okay, Kate plus eight put her man Hunter up to dating women on this line, on a writer prisoner. Now, when we first heard the story, it was 40 bitches that he was talking to. She asked him to cut it down, right? She asked him to cut it down. She did not want him talking to that many women. Send her the DMs so she can narrow these bitches down. I wonder if fucking Karligh's on the list. And if she knows that Karliegh lives very close to her. That Karliegh actually then had a one-on-one visit with his ass downtown to the jail. Now, when he was first talking to Katie, y'all remember, he told Katie that when he got in trouble and everything, it wasn't for a conjugal visit. That this stuff happened online. But Karliegh is walking around, honey, with a permanent doo-doo up in her cuckoo. She's one of those kind of girls that has a bullet in her pocketbook. And I'm talking about, the other one. This is how she's coming off to me. A mother can say, I really want to marry you. I want you to be my wife. And all of a sudden now you engaged. Bitch, he did not say, will you marry me? He didn't tell you all the good things and what you meant to him and all of that. He just made a statement, and bitch, now you walking around telling your girlfriend, I was married now. Bitch, what the fuck is going on? But anyway, Kate is on the phone with her mom. Her mom, she's telling her mother about what the hell is going on with Hunter and how she got him in this thing and how it's 8 women. Didn't I say y'all Kate plus 8 before she even said it? Bitch. And he's got to cut these women off, and she knows that he's not cheating on her, and he's the only one for her, and all of that so forth, right? But at the same time, he playing house with Karliegh, the curl specialist. Hold on, let me bring up the curl specialist. This is the curl specialist. Y'all, hold on again. Hold on, I'm sorry. Y'all, I'm sorry for the second interruption on this video. I apologize. I had to go and get my dog. Oh my God. Okay, hold on. Let me think of where I was. Oh, y'all, please excuse me. It's live and anything can go. So, Kate is telling her mom, trying to get her mom, convince her mom that everything is on the up between her and Hunter. And we all know that everything is not on the up between her and Hunter, right? And so she's a bit concerned about it. But here's the thing, and it was true feelings. She was saying it. I had listened to her video, and she was saying, here she is. She's a struggling yoga instructor. He's making $2,000 a month in prison. When was the last time he sent her anything? She was like, oh, wow, I didn't know you was making that much. She's probably not even making that much. He's in prison making more than her and ain't sent her nothing. No, if this ain't asinine and stupid as Karliegh, the curl specialist, says that she sends him a care package of $500. So of the $2,000, you got one person that's sending him a quarter of what he's making. Bitch, you can't make this up. Well, Katie is struggling. We can look at her clothes and tell she on a struggle bus, and it's okay because she making an honest living. But here you done went out there and called yourself making sure you didn't have to take care of him. And he out there slinging peen with Karliegh and God knows whoever else been in there. He says that the reason why he like Karliegh is because she immature as fuck. He like the ditzy curl specialist. He says she's stupid. She's dumb. She's immature. She hot in her. She hot out her box hot. And stay on unlock. We see Karliegh with her girlfriend down at the sex toy store. Why would I take my girlfriend to a sex toy store? I don't want you to know what's going in and what's going out. I don't need you to help me pick out nothing. Maybe other people share stuff like that. But first of all, you ain't even gonna get me to admit this, let alone take you with me and let you see what I'm picking out. Then she gonna talk about she want to get it in his size, and I'm looking at the box and it got various sizes. Does the bitch grow? Because I could have sworn the box says 7.5, 6.5, and you got your girlfriend in there. You don't never let nobody know what your man doing or what he ain't doing and what kind of junk he got. What the? Maybe I'm just old and this is y'all share with each other. But thank God for being old because, bitch, you ain't gonna never know what I'm doing. She in there with the girlfriend. I wish a bitch would. I wish one of my friends would ever call me and be like, come on, girl, we going to the toy sex shop. No, the fuck we not. Why do I want to see for me, that will put some thoughts in my head. Did she use this yet? That's not, I don't want to know. Get your other friend to do that, because I ain't got it to do. Ain't no way in the whole hell that I would sit up there and go with my friends nowhere, because my imagination would be running wild. Soon as I call a bitch, she could be daggone beating some eggs or blending a cake using her good old Betty Crocker mixer. And I hear something buzzing in the back. Bitch, I am gagged. I am a gag. Hey, Tamika. Hey, boo. I'm gagged. I don't want to hear nothing blending, mixing, buzzing, humming, vibrating. I don't want to hear none of that. I don't even want to imagine that you do that. Keep that to yourself. And then she gets a call from him. First of all, she told us that she was trying to get something to match his size. I see she didn't say that to him. She just told him she was out there getting a new toy. He was like, all right, yeah, whatever. I need something to eat because I took that money that you sent me and I brought some tennis shoes. This the kind of stuff that be making you wonder whether or not you were being used. Yeah, bitch, you being used. Yeah, you being used. You will not be walking away with Hunter. Because Hunter has already said you immature as fuck. That you young in the head. You excitement. Okay? You his little dirty secret. You just he do when ain't nobody looking. And he sure don't want you looking, especially knowing that you are supposed to be a curl expert, professional curl expert, and your hair's dry. I'm just saying, you're not going to win. He says that you have it going on and all of that, but so does Kate, +8. And I don't believe when he gets out, he's going to stop. Because I'm sure that that kind of behavior and that easy money, just sitting up on there talking to women, lonely women, is very addictive. I'm sure he's addicted to that. Because how can you not be? Will you become a con man? In the meantime and in between time, Kate meets her girlfriends down to the bar. Her two little black friends. She said, I can't deal with the other ones. I'm going to have these two. They ratty. The other girls probably wasn't willing to sign no NDR, but the black girl said, girl, come on, put your best outfit on. And they was adorable. They was cute and everything. And I could tell that Kate had a genuine relationship with them. So she began to sit up there and tell them that she was dating Hunter and that she, told has been allowing Hunter to be on a site where women send him gifts. And the girls was like, no, girl, you is not pimping him. But here's the thing. Sister girl with the pretty braids straight up and told her, how do you know that you really the one and not her? How do you know he give a damn about your ass? How do you know that if you're the it girl or not? Bitch, you don't. And the other girlfriend was like, and you ain't. The other girlfriend leaned in and said, and you ain't. You're not the it girl. How do you know? But guess what? She don't know. She don't have a clue. She don't have an idea. May the best bitch win. Kate goes into the bathroom when he calls and tell him that her girlfriends told her that they are a little skeptical. No, Kate, stand in your own. You skeptical because you brought it up with them and you brought it up with your mother. And you said, girl, I was like, okay, I got to get my girls together. I got to get a drink. The girlfriends know what's going on, but guess what? So does Kate. The last person that I want to talk about, y'all, really, like, I'm going to tell you right now, y'all. I had already said that I don't like Tia. I was very clear on the fact that I don't like Tia. I'm clear on it, just as clear-headed as I can be. I don't like Tia. And this episode really made me not like Tia. Tia messy as fuck. Tia is messy. With a capital M. Messy as shit. And I don't like her. We see Tia downtown wanting the sister, Rob's sister, and the wife to come over because she's a messy bitch. She going around asking everybody about Rob because she feel like what Rob is telling her isn't the truth. But here's the thing. So far, Rob's story been checking out. Between him and his sister now, his story checking out. He ain't changed the bitch yet. But she fat and insecure, and she is toxic from a toxic relationship that she ain't never healed from. So she's dating while in toxicity. She still got PTSD from the other dude. She's showing pictures of her ankle. We don't know how the fuck her ankle happened. We don't know if she went off on a tantrum tap and she put her hand on him and got knocked down or whether or not it was him. We don't know with Tia because we watching Tia and Tia making all kinds of threats and talking like she Billy Bad Brenda. So we don't know what the really happened in this daggone relationship between the two of them. I swear we don't. Thank you so much, Miss Charlotte, for the $10 super chat. Auntie, I don't like Tia either. Love you, Auntie. You're a blessing to us all. And so are you, Miss Charlotte. Thank you so much, Boo, for the super chat. We don't know what happened in Tia's relationship, but from what I'm looking at, I can assess. I can have an opinion about Tia's ass. Tia is messy. She's trying to act as if she's secure and she's not. She's walking around. She's a toxic bomb waiting to go off. And she's made threats about Rob. So if you came out of a toxic relationship and you don't want to be in another toxic relationship, then you don't act toxic. When you took the fucking phone on the ground and you threw the phone on the ground, it shows you have no self-control. That you will throw I'm just calling it as I see it. I may be the fuck wrong. All day long, I may be wrong. But every time we see Rob, he calm, cool, and collective. I guess unless he committing robbery or credit card fraud, he probably snatched this out your pocketbook and snapped this snap right up, the daggone strap right up off of it, be running down the street with that bitch. She needs to get herself together. This girl has not healed. And the worst person to date is somebody who is dating you who has not done the work. Because getting healed from domestic abuse, okay, I'm going to say it, I've been through it, takes you a while. It is not something that happens in a year. It is not something that happens in 2 years. Matter of fact, it ain't something that happens in 4 years. It takes a while to get over that, depending on the extent that you were in. You got to get financial help. See, people think that therapy is just sitting down with a doctor and talking about your stuff and what you went through. No, you got to heal financially. You got to heal emotionally. You got to heal physically. You got to do it spiritually. There's a lot to healing. And what people don't talk about is financial healing from being in a toxic relationship. See, that's probably why she downtown at the store buying her daughter all them unicorns. Remember when she was at the store? I'm gonna take my time on her ass. Remember last week when she was at the store? See, you gotta, when you've been there, you know it. You know it when you see it. Remember when she was down at the store and the little girl wanted unicorns? It appears that she has unicorns in abundance. Because instead of her telling the daughter no or controlling her spending, the girl said that if she get another unicorn, she gonna have the sister, the aunt said if you get another unicorn, she gonna have a unicorn museum down that month. And the little girl asked for a unicorn, and she said you don't need another unicorn. And then she said, "Oh, look at those unicorn stickers." So instead of you healing, you buy. Instead of you dealing with it, you buy. And so when people get healed from stuff or think that they heal on their own, have you healed in every area of your life? And those areas that you are not healed in, are you doing the work? No, you sitting on here, spraying your own tea, dragging your own self, talking about how fat you are. Because you're hiding behind the fat. A lot of people gain weight or lose an excessive amount of weight based on trauma. So you want to trauma bond with Rob, but Rob ain't going to trauma bond with you because Rob's doing his time. So when he come out, he want to see the strippers. See, he living in his truth. You're not, in my opinion, Tia. Do the work. And know the work ain't easy. But you got to do the work. And then instead of you getting yourself healed, you take your stuff and spill it out on other people. You vomit it out on other people like you did your grandmother at the fucking table. You didn't give a good goddamn about your grandmother, in my opinion. Because if you had, you would have known that your grandma wanted more for you than for you to sit at the table with cameramen and producers in her fucking face. She probably thinking that this is a good, positive show. And you bring your grandmother down to the... So she's a messy bitch. She got somebody that's doing tarot cards. Whether or not she was passing them out like Uno cards or I declare war or whatever, or tongue, bitch, or spades, because she looked like she was running for Boston. Them tarot cards was falling on all over the place, right? They sit there and give her game. They give her a hands up on the bullshit. They tell her the young lady that's going to be moving in. So if you're doing tarot, right, that's your form of therapy. So you will come up out of a doctor's office with a therapist and tell all your business. Because tarot is supposed to be spiritual. So you don't have no confidant when it comes down to the deed. You're just desperate for it. So they done set up there, gave you heads up. You go to Rob when you coming out. So Rob calls. I brought all of y'all, I gathered all of y'all here together. And this thing we call life. Because after all, okay, bitch, about to make me sing Prince. I gathered all y'all together because I've been hearing different stories. Bitch, you ain't heard but two. You ain't heard but two stories. Either you gonna believe Rob or you not. Either you gonna believe the sister-in-law or you not. You got you got the sister-in-law talking, the sister-in-law's wife talking. You got your sister asking the questions. They the same dumbass questions over and over. You in trauma. But Rob is not going to share your trauma with you. See, you can only trauma bond with somebody that's willing to share trauma with you. Rob said, I'm coming out and getting strippers. I'm hanging out. I'm fucking. I'm eating. I'm doing all of that. Yeah, that's what Rob said. Rob said, I'm coming out and I'm living my best fucking life. I ain't going in no trauma with her. Matter of fact, I ain't even moving in with her. She got Rob on the phone. Rob, she like, I would just want to know, Rob, when you coming home. He said about 3 to 6 months. What part of 3 to 6 months do you not understand? 3 to 6 months. Well, where you gonna be living at? I'm be living with my friend. His girlfriend lived and she got access to the apartment, but she gonna be living with her grandmother. What? Well, I'm just hearing so many different stories. The sister-in-law was like, look at this. I mean, they was disgusted. What stories you hearing? Well, I mean, I'm saying your sister said that, it was some woman or something. Thank you so much, Dr. Payton. That's for the $1.99 super chat. The best reviewer ever. Your passion and comedy. Thank you so much, Dr. Payne. If y'all are not following Dr. Payne, she has a awesome Instagram page under the same name. So if you are an Instagrammer, please follow Dr. Payne Nestor. She is a phenomenal woman. The sister was like, I wouldn't have told you none of that if that ain't how I didn't know that this got updated. I'm trying to keep you on game, keep you on point, and now you throwing me up underneath the bus. You need to either you believe the motherfucker or you don't. Either you believe that motherfucker or you don't. But don't drag us in it. We just was trying to keep you on point. But I bet you I won't flip another tarot card for your ass. Like who does that? He said 3 to 6 months. Point blank into the period. And he ain't gonna be living with you. And you ain't in no committed relationship, boo. You think you are. How you gonna be in a committed relationship with somebody who's incarcerated like that? And then until you come out and have to rub elbows with each other and be in each other's space, that you can start talking about a committed relationship. But anyway, next thing we know, she at the daggone restaurant meeting with her grandmother. A grandmother who has been in her life even when her father wasn't. She said that she didn't have a good relationship with her father. Thank you so much, Floppy, for the $10 super chat. Happy holidays, Auntie. I wait for you every week from the DMV. What? Oh, girl, what quadrant? Girl, you got to tell me what quadrant you in. What quadrant, Floppy? Thank you so much, Boo, for the super chat. I'm going to look in the chat and see what quadrant you from. Thank you so much, Boo. So, the grad, she said that she don't have no relationship with her father, but she remember her father cooking the special little something something. Oh, you in PG? Okay. I thought you was in northwest, northeast, southeast, southwest. Okay. You know I be looking at them quadrants, but we still home, girls. Yep, we in the DMV. Love you, boo. PG. Okay. So anyway, she's sitting up there, right? Grandmother, sweet as she could be, happy to see her, told her she was beautiful, everything. She wanted, go to her weight and all that old kind of stuff, right? And she like, you beautiful, baby. Grandma happy for her. Grandma, I got something I got to tell you. Grandma like, what? Thinking that it's going to be something good. I'm dating. The grandma was like, oh, baby, I'm hoping it's somebody good, a good boy. You know what I'm saying? Tell me about it, sweetie. Is he good to you? She said, yeah, he good to me. He a good man, Savannah. Savannah got a good man. Tell me more. He incarcerated. The grandmother whole face dropped down. I'm talking about her whole face broke into pieces. Grandma said, why? Why him? Why you in jail? What'd he do? Robbery. The grandma said, God damn it, I got to pack all my I'm going to have to put all of my stuff in the safe and change the password. Now I got to be watching my back. And she's the type of trifling, in my opinion, bitch that'll bring him to her grandmother's house. When he's committed first-degree robbery, now second, not third, first, and will snatch a bitch credit card. Grandma was devastated. And she ain't had no understanding because she's still saying he a good man. And the thing about it that lets me know she ain't did no therapy is because she doesn't understand accountability. When you do therapy, you find out real quick about accountability. You don't take your and your poor choices. Y'all, I'm telling y'all, I'm doing everything I can to stay calm. You don't take your bad decisions, bad choices, your toxic behavior, your toxic mindset, and put it on another mother. She gonna sit there out of her mouth and say, now that grandma know, Rob responsible if grandma get hurt. Rob is responsible for what, how grandma handles this. If he fuck over me and grandma get hurt, that's Rob's fault, not mine. Not mine that I've decided to date this criminal. Not mine that I introduced my grandmother to him before I even laid eyes on him. Because mind you, she ain't never seen him, right? She only been dating him 8 months. How the fuck you gonna fall in love with somebody in 8 months that you don't even? I tell you, boy, people's standards are just under the ground. So now grandma's trauma, grandma's hurt, grandma's tears, grandma's worryation is now Rob's responsibility. No, it's yours. Because you haven't done the work, Tia. How dare you put that on Rob? I ain't saying that I'm getting ready to call him that. I ain't saying that the mofo ain't a bad person. I'm not saying that he ain't gonna come on and do the same thing. And I'm not saying he ain't lying to you. But I'm saying you broke your grandmother's heart because your grandma hoped and wanted better for you. She was beautiful, had her hair all freshly done. Grandma tears and grandma. Do you know how many people like me would love to have my grandma's prayers still in this earth? Yeah, they still in the earth, but they buried now, right? Because she don't have the voice to continue to activate it and water it. But it's down in the ground, and it takes me to water it through my life. My life. I gotta water all my grandma's prayers that's in the ground waiting to sprout out and see me come into full fruition of what she prayed for. You know how many people wish they still had their grandmothers? And here you got one, and you bring on this fucked up ass show under fucked up ass pretense to break her heart. Grandma said I can't even eat. She just spoiled my whole appetite. How disgusting. But it's gonna be on Rob. You're responsible for your grandmother's heart. You're responsible. Not Rob. Rob is responsible for Rob. And Tia is responsible for Tia. And everything that's attached to Tia, Tia is responsible for. Bitch, don't you ever tell somebody else that fucking story. That he better do right. Because if he don't, I'ma do what? Get another broken ankle? And I'm not minimizing her pain. I'm not minimizing what happened to her or what may have happened to her. But what I am saying is we ain't got this to do with grandma. We don't have this to do. And then you're going to bring him around your child. You don't know nothing about this man. You're so pressed. Why are y'all so pressed to have these men in your life to play daddy? You want these men to come in and father your child for what? By any means necessary? Has your baby healed from the past, the other relationship? Because your grandmother didn't. Your grandmother sat at the table and said she was in a bad relationship and he treated her wrong and poorly. The grandmother walked through that with you. Then you say, I don't talk to my father. Fuck him. Who is he? I don't know who he is. So you got daddy trauma, probably abandonment issues. It's emotion. And it seems like it would make you cleave closer to your daughter and protect her more. But no, you hitting that mother on the jail picture because his sister showed you a picture of him. And he might not even have a big dick. It might be small like that. He got up all that chest and all that kind of stuff. Abs to the gods. And when he drop his drawers, it just might look like a turkey giblet. Bitch. Because I done been out with some guys, honey, and I just was like, oh, okay. Mm. Tia, you don't know what you have until you lose it. You're responsible for your grandmother's heart, not him. He don't know your grandmother from a bucket of paint. And at the end of the day, the relationship is between the two of you all, not you and your grandmother. Okay, good question. Good question. But what I don't understand is she said that grandmother was her father's mother. Did he abandon the entire family? Probably. It probably, you know what, Krystal? That's a very good question. But the mother didn't seem angry about her son. The grandmother's a dignified woman. She came from them days, honey, when the little kids sat at the little kids' table. She came from them days when she fixed your plate, bitch, not when you fixed your own. She came from them days when the old folk used to have the cookouts, not show up to the cookers. They used to be the one making the macaroni and cheese and the collard greens and making sure they had enough hot dogs and buns to match with all of the hot dogs and buns. The grandmother, old school, a generation of culture that we only wish we could get back. And you playing around with it. You don't value it. But okay. Life has a way of teaching us lessons. It really does. And I got a feeling, Tia, that you're going to fuck around and find out. Because ain't no love like a grandma love. Ain't no love like a grandmother's love. Thank y'all so much for being here, y'all. This is the end of my review. I ain't mean to be out here preaching and stuff, but I want to have say a special Angela, did I thank you? Yeah, I did. Thank you so much, Angela, Charlotte, Dr. Payne, and Floppy for the super chats. I really do appreciate you. Thank you all too for being out here with me every Friday night doing a live watch party. If you have not already done it, I want to thank all the 1,300 people who are out here in the chat too. But I want to really say thank you so much to all of y'all who come out on Friday nights and we do the live chat. I love that, and I'm hoping that you all do too. Y'all know what? I'm gonna hop off of here. I'll be back to just talk some trash on the channel, and I'm hoping that you have your subscribe button hit and your notifications on so that when I do come back out here, you can join me. I love you all so much, and until we meet again, y'all be safe out there in those streets and in the water. Bye, y'all.